Peace family, it's Phoenix Bars, the paradigm killer, once again. And this is the occult science of the gummy bears, part 2. And what I'm going to do, like I said earlier in the video, I'm just going in on the particular aspects and episodes that make the most sense and seem the most powerful to me at the time. And I'm going to be talking about 2 particular episodes because they speaks to what we going, it speaks to the condition right now. It just does. I'm talking about season 3, episode 12, season 3, episode 12, and season 4, episode, I want to say episode either 3 or 10. Forgive me for I meant to write it down, I missed it. But season 4, I want to say it's either episode 10 or 3. And we'll get to that one after I go through the first one. Now, the first one I'm going to speak on is it's the Knights of Gummington, the Knights of Gummydom, the Knights of Gummydom. And this particular episode spoke to me in many different ways. First of all, in a way, I'ma say it, and I don't got no ego about this shit. Because a lot of people wouldn't want to be related to a little bear. They want to have they would feel like they would have to pick one of the older bears to be not most like, but to relate more with. Because I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I feel like I state that the gummy bears, they're speaking about niggas. And I think they're talking about particular aspect of niggas that they, through using our occult sciences and really just our sciences, period, how they have fractured the psyche of the melanated being. So I think pretty much everybody should see a little bit of every gummy bear within themselves if they truly being honest. You got Tommy, who's just one track minded. You got Zummy, who is like the smartest being in the whole show, but he lacks confidence. You got the grumpy bear, who is like almost everybody has a uncle, like grumpy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an uncle or a grandfather or somebody like him, to where they love you, they trying to do, they just have a fucked up approach about shit. You know what I'm saying? They haven't learned. See, they were taught a certain way, and instead of remembering how much they didn't like that other person treating them a certain way, they just continue. They don't break this cycle. And that's why I'm going into the gummy bear shit. Because I think some of these cartoons, some of these movies, if properly decoded, can make some people look at their own dysfunction, because that's what they make me do. I'm just being honest, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real with my shit. So, we gonna speak on Tummy? No, Cubby. My bad. Oh, I got off track for a second. But Cubby, I relate to Cubby because I don't relate to his relationship with Cabin. I kinda don't. I'm too much like Zummy. I'm like a mix of Cubby and Zummy. And in a way, I'm being honest, probably Sunny. Because Sunny is a dreamer. You know, she's a dreamer. She wants to be an artist. Well, we gonna go into a particular episode of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is psychological. That particular episode, I'm stamping now as psychological warfare. But staying on point, I can relate to Cubby because he feels totally out of place. He feels totally, and I always say, it's a quote in this movie called Sin City. It's in the first Sin City, second City. Both of them are powerful. Both of them are powerful to me. The first one got the second one by a teensy bit. But what they say in Sin City is that they were talking about this character named Marv. And they saying Marv had the misfortune of being born in the wrong time period. He said he would have been right at home. They would have fed him women. They would have just gave him women in the, in the times of the gladiators, because Marv was a straight warrior. Okay? So, I understand that. That feeling of feeling out of place. That feeling of knowing that you are great. That knowing you are destined to greatness, and seeing the society or the situation that you're in doesn't really fully allow for your greatness to shine. But I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you something real quick, and then I'm gonna go to the next part, because the next part I want to try to get through it in this video. That's not true. I felt like that my whole life, but now how things are going, once you start walking the path, I'm telling you, family, once you start walking the path, you'll see how the world opens up for you. Okay. Now we're going to go to the second one, which I'm pretty sure is either episode, I know for sure it's season 4. It's season 4, and it's either episode 3 or 10. And it's with the Ariels, which, real live, I'm just going to throw this shit out here. Ariel is one of the demonic figures from pretty much from the Bible, but it's this book that it's this book that I want to go into that is fucking powerful as shit. Now, it's just going to take me the time to decode it. So once I get it, I'm probably going to, this is what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to get on an audio book, and then I'm going to try to go through and try to just do a little quick part so I can introduce the series for the fam. But long story short, with these Ariels, Cubby again, makes a jetpack, which is fly shit, out of gummy berry. A jetpack fueled by gummy berry juice. So it has more than one. And see, and that's another thing that people might not catch on about the gummy bears. The dual purposes, the many purposes for the gummy berry juice. They use it as fuel for different machines. They using it, to bounce and for strength for human. They using it for a lot of things. But let me just get to this real quick before I end this shit. In that episode, it's a breakaway civilization of pale fucks who didn't never learn they lesson. They tried to fuck over the ancient gummies, and they left their asses stranded up on the. They left their asses fucking stranded. And instead of humbling themselves, learning a fucking lesson, they continue to want to make a problem with the gummies instead of, and see, that shows the ignorance of the pale being. I'm just gonna say it. Not all, a certain, and like I said, I'm the genetics man. I'm talking about certain genetic bloodlines. So the sickness of these certain genetic bloodlines, they were dumb. Because after all that time, I want to say it probably, it might have been, it's been some time. It might be like close to 100 years or some shit like that. But don't quote me on that part. But instead of learning they fucking lessons, they keep on fucking with the gummy bears. And the gummy bears leave their ass fucked again. Because they had the opportunity to correct their evil flaws. And that just tells me that the makers of the gummy bears, some being part of this fucking sick genetic bloodline, already know that they would never learn a lesson. They would never give up. That's why I would never give up. That's why I go so hard for my liberation. Because they never going to let us do anything. Anything we want, I'm sorry. We're going to have to take it. We're going to have to work together. We're going to take it. We're going to have to build it. And keep them the fuck out. This is Phoenix Bars, the Paradigm Killer family. Holla at you. Peace.